Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers in London. This morning I'm looking at a book which I think is very important. It's called Water and the Law. It's been written by a number of people and published by Elgar Publishing Limited. In fact, the editorship is under the names of Michael Kidd, Loretta Feris, Tumai, Murombo and Alehandro. Now, I'm going to look at the book in a minute. We've given it the title, Why the Law's Regulation of Water Can Contribute to the Sustainability of Life. Elizabeth and I had a look at this book and we thought, well, it's a really very interesting book. Here it is here. You can see the front of it. And you can see the spine, and then there's the back. It's written as the IUCN Academy of Environmental Law series of books. It's a very interesting book. Here it is. It's a hardback. It's running to 400 pages. There's the index at the back. Then you've got a lot of copious footnoting throughout, as you can see there. There's no paragraph numbering, but it's all body text, as you can see. Then at the front, there's the actual front page there. That's what's actually in the series itself. Very interesting range of publications. Then the content sections. See the various parts, parts 1, part 2, part 3. Then some figures which are included. Then a list of there are some tables, and then large number of contributors. I'll just show you who they are, so you've got some idea. There we are. It's a lot of people. It's very difficult with a review to mention all the names. And then you go straight into the first introduction, introductory paragraph. Introduction, Water and the Law Towards Sustainability by Michael Kidd and Loretta Feris. There's the book anyway. Let me say what we think about the book from our review, which is on the web and in the journals. We know that water means life and that there is no life without it. Yet many of us, at least in Western Europe, take the availability of water somewhat for granted, although we also know that we do so at our peril. Water scarcity worldwide is becoming more of a problem than ever. Its usage requires regulation and therefore the guiding hand of the law. Two of the four editors of this important book, Michael Kidd and Loretta Feris, point out in their excellent introduction, which I've just shown you, that while water is plentiful on this planet, only 3% of it is fresh. Who knew that? Could this one factor set the stage for future conflicts, both regional and worldwide? As the answer is obvious, the need is also obvious to implement measures, particularly legal measures, that ensure proper sustainability of water resources. Now, this book has been published recently by Elgar, which is an independent family publishing business. And the book results from a colloquium convened in South Africa in 2011 by the IUCN Academy of Environmental Law. Water and the Law was the theme, which also became the title of the book, and we believe it's worth quoting what we believe to be the editor's key statement, which elucidates the crux of the problems discussed at that time, which is now the product of the book. Quote, "The challenges that humankind is facing in relation to the water crisis are clearly not just to be faced by lawyers and the law, but the law can provide a regulatory framework, both internationally and domestically, within which these problems can be best addressed." Assisted by almost 24 expert contributors, the text of this compilation of learned articles pivots around two aspects of water conservation. How can law contribute to the sustainability of water itself is the first question. The second question concerns the law's regulation of water and how such regulation can contribute to the sustainability of life on Earth. The book's 15 articles are grouped under 3 sections. To sum up, Part 1 discusses transboundary water law, Part 2 examines domestic water governance and management, And in part 3, the discussion moves to issues relating to the right of access to water in, for example, both developed and developing countries. While most water problems emerge as immediate, urgent and certainly local, this book offers a global perspective on the multiplicity of issues involved. This therefore is a global statement on the relationship between water and specific legal systems. Will be of interest, we think, not only to international environmental lawyers, but also to those fascinated by the science behind water conservation and other sustainability issues. With its extensive footnoting, the book also functions as an immensely rich resource of further references to further information which will certainly delight researchers. Environmental lawyers and environmentalists alike, we think, will welcome this book as a valuable contribution to the current literature on what is actually a vital subject. The publication date is 2014. Let's just have a quick look at the book again. It's nice blue cover. There's the back of it. And let's just open it in the middle. Here we go. You've got a lot of detail here. This is a very well written, well constructed book of a very high standard. Again, you've got a lot of tables there, but very much to be expected from the titles which Edward Elgar publish. I think it's a first-class book. It's fascinating because I've reviewed a number of books concerning water a few years ago when Thomson Reuters and various other companies were publishing them. Water law was quite important then, and of course it is incredibly important in this day and age. So thank you to the 4 editors, all the contributors for what is an excellent book, and to Edward Elgar for the courage to produce it. It'll be great for the future anyway. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.